welcome to my channel. I'm Sharon and this is Fun with Cross Stitch. Today is Tuesday the 10th of February 2026 and it's Tuesday afternoon instead of Wednesday morning. I thought I'd get it done tonight and I will upload it in the morning. Now it's been a fortnight because I missed last Wednesday due to hubby being home as he hurt his back. So I didn't get much stitching done over those few days that he was home. I'd just like to welcome all my viewers and subscribers, whether you're new or whether you have been here for a while. Thank you for being here and supporting my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video to see what I have to show you for this week. I'm back onto weekly ones. Just thank you for being there. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for all the lovely comments that I have been receiving. I think I've answered everyone that I have seen. So thank you for all those comments. So over the fortnight, I have worked on 13 whips. Now, mind you, 6 of those were all new starts. So that was exciting when I spun up the new starts. It was just a new start week. Well, ended up being a new start fortnight. So it was good to work on something different. So I might just get into it and show you what I have worked on. They're sort of in the order that I worked on them, because as I work on them I write them in the diary what day I work on them, how much I do on them, and then I write it in my other book which tells me the order that I've worked on, how many, and the percentage I'm on. So let's get into it. We'll do this. We'll do stats, do my boards, and then I have a few bags to show you. Okay, as I said, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one is Heaven and Earth Designs, Breaking Free by, now how was it pronounced? Ciro Marchetti? I forgot. I was going back to that email and I was going to write it down so I could say it the way it was pronounced to me. But I will do that. I just forgot to do it for this video. So it's Breaking Free. This one I'm doing on 18 count aider. Now I got 305 stitches done and I'm on 18.89%. So here we are with this one. Now this one I worked on Wednesday fortnight, so I'm pretty sure it was around here that I worked. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this darker colour that I put in. It was only 305, so that pretty much makes sense. So I was going to finish off this little bit here and then move it over and do the rest of the base of the snow globe over this side. But I have to wait for it to spin again now. So there we are with that one. I think it's going to look quite nice when it's done. There's a bit of cry neck in his nose. Loving it. These big ones are going to be a long process, but it's fun working on them. So that one I got 305 stitches, 18.89%. Wasn't sure if I actually said the percentage on that one. Okay, so the next one I worked on, this one is Tiger. This one is exclusive to Fun with Cross Stitch, designed by Nessa, and it's just a lovely little tiger. He's got a great big smile on him. Now I got 600 stitches. Let's see where I worked on him. This one is done on 16 count aider. Well, this one is out of the Q snap because I ran out of Q snaps. I had to actually take some off so that I could keep working. Oh, that's right. This one I chose the one with the most amount of stitches in. Let me just move this needle minder without losing my needle. Got a habit of doing that lately. Okay, so here we are with this one. It's on 16 count Ada. This is a green that I dyed myself. Now I worked on the top number that needed to be done, which was a whitey colour. So I've worked in here, I've put stitches in here, and I've also worked over this side. So I'm trying to complete colour by colour with this one now. So what I'll do is every time I pick this one up, I will go to the top, the one with the most stitches, depending on how many the wheel spins up. If it spins up, say 600, and there's only 500, then I will do that 500 and then go to the next one. If it spins up 100 and there's 600, well, I'll just do 100. And then the next time I spin, whatever is up the top, whether it's the same number or whether it's another number, I'll just keep continuing for the highest amount of stitches. Now there is a lot on here that's only got 2 stitches, here, there and everywhere. So I will get to those, but I want to fill in the main parts first, and that way I can find those ninja stitches. Because I don't want one in the middle here and nothing to anchor it to. So that's where we are with this one. Now I have got enough fabric, it's still doubled over, to do another one on, and that's doubled over again. So I can get another one on here. And I was thinking about doing the parrot on this green, because I just think that will go well. Let me just put my needle minder back on so I don't lose that needle. And these are just in bags that I've made myself. This is just a box bag that I made, or a tote bag. I was just trying out how to do square bottoms, so that one worked out okay. I was happy with that. Okay, so the next one I worked on was a new start. Now this is Disney. Now I've taken this, I get the Disney cross stitch magazines weekly, so I've decided to just pick a random Disney one out of there, focus on that one, and then I'm going to make it all into a blanket or a throw blanket when it's all finished. So I'm just picking random ones. So the first one I picked was Pooh Bear. Now it's not that big, it's only 52 by 90 stitches, so it's not that big. Now I'm doing it on 25 count over 2, so I'm hoping to do them all on the same size fabric or same count fabric and just all different colors, and then I'll just work out where I'm going to place them later. So I made a copy of the pattern of that one so I don't mark that pattern, and I can just put it back into the folder because I've got a big folders full. So Disney, and I started Disney on the 28th of January. It's on 25 count, 2 over 2, and I got 966 stitches in, and that's how big he's going to be, like width. There's the duck, there's his 2 feet. Now with the back stitching it will look a lot better, but there's the 2 feet and the duck, and I've started going up, so he'll only go up to about here, so he's not going to be that big. Now I'm not cutting the fabric, it's a fat quarter I think, so I'll be able to fit a couple on here. I might even be able to get one next to him because they're all roughly about the same size, so I might do all Pooh Bear's creatures on this one. So I could do Tigger and Eeyore and Rabbit, or even Piglet, and just do all them on this colour. I'm not sure, but we'll see how we go. But that's it so far. This one's not going to take too long, I don't think. And well, I've done 966, so it might have 6,000 stitches in it. I'm not sure, I haven't counted them up, but we'll see how we go. Loving the way it's popping on the purple. And I'm loving the idea of spinning the wheel, because then it's not a choice which one will I stitch on. It's chosen for me. So far that is working. When that stops working, and then I'll just find another way. But at the moment, that's the way it's going. Okay, so the next one was another new start. This is the Signs of Christmas by Shannon Christine Designs. Now this one I started on the 28th of January, 26, and I'm doing this one on 14 count. I was going to do it on 16 or 18 count, but it just looked weird. That's all I can say about it. It just didn't look right. It was too small. So it's done on a 14 count and it's done on a blue. Now I started in the middle. I was going to do the frame, but I decided to start in the middle. So I'll do all this middle one, then I'll do that frame, and then choose where to go from there. I thought I'd mix it up from doing the mugs. So this one, I got 180 stitches on, and there's no percentage because it's paper pattern. So I got the rocking horse done in the middle. I was supposed to do 200 stitches, but 180 just finished off the horse. So I thought, well, 180, 20 stitches short, that's okay. So there we are with that one. Doesn't he look cute? And I think it's all going to be okay on the blue. I put it in the same bag that I did the Christmas mugs in, because then I know it doesn't suit the pattern, but then I know what's in it because the Christmas mugs were in it, and this one's a sign of Christmas. So it's both Shannon Christine Designs, so I can remember which is what it's in. Okay, so going on to the next one. The next one was working on a stamped kit. Now this is London. This one is done on a 14 count. Now this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. Now I started down here, I think. Let's have a look, I can't remember. London was started on the 29th of January. And I got the 200 stitches which I spun up for this one. Where did I start? Oh yes, I did start down the corner. So I started down this corner, and I thought I would, with this one, I think, being a stamped one, I think I'm just going to work up like the first 3 blocks and then work those 3 blocks across, or 2 and a bit. So I think that's the way I'm going to start doing these ones, and we'll see how we continue on, whether we do continue on that way or not. Now, it's not too bad to see what I've done. There it is on the back. It's pretty easy to see. So it's not too bad. The symbols are a little bit hard to read, some of them because they look the same. So what I do is I take a photo of the section that I want to do with my phone, and then just blow it up, or even with the iPad, I could do it with the iPad. Just blow it up so it's bigger, and then I can read the symbols better. Okay, I don't always mark them off, but once I've done a big section, then I'll just take another photo and then it shows it done. So I'm only going to do up to, I'll do 2 and a bit pages, yes, up to here. Whatever symbols are in there, I'll get them done. I just pick a symbol and run with it in those blocks, and then I'll go all the way across down the bottom, and we'll see how that turns out like that. I think that's the way I'm going to go, because being a stamped, I don't want to go cross country and then not be able to read the symbols that are in the middle, because I might end up losing a few symbols, especially like the green ones down here. Now there's 2 different lots of symbols there, so if I did one, I might be hard to read the other one. So that's the way I think I'm going to go with the stamped kit. But happy with the start of progress there. So I'm doing that 2 strands over one, full cross. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to take me a while, but they're fun to do. Okay, so the next one I spun up was White Tiger. Lo and behold, another stamped kit. So this is what this one's going to look like. This is a 14 count. This one is a 40 by 50. I think the other one is the same size. Yes, same size. So this one's so cute. Now, I was tempted to start on the tiger, but then I thought if I get the tiger done, I might not want to do the surroundings. So I'm starting on the surrounding. I'm starting in the corner, which I'm pretty sure is down here, this corner. Now with this one, I spun up 100, but I ended up getting 133 in here. Where have I started? There it is. So this is what this one's going to look like. Maybe if I put it up the right way. So you can see the tiger there. And I didn't want to just do the white tiger and then only have background. So that's why I've started in the corner. Now same with this one. Yep. Same with this one. I'm going up 3 blocks. I haven't gone past the 3 blocks there, and I'll just go across on the 3 blocks. So I just chose a colour near the bottom, but it wasn't quite in the corner, and ran with it for those blocks. So I've done, there was a couple of stitches in these blocks, and because I still had some cotton on my needle, I just went with it. But other than that, I'm not going past the 3 blocks, and I'll do that all the way across the bottom. For now, it could change, then I might do block by block, but I don't want to go cross country and miss the symbols on this one again, because they are hard to read. So I do the same with this one. I take a photo, blow it up, and then I can see what I'm doing a bit easier. And I'm making sure I don't leave them on the bench there in the sun. Now I've opened the blinds up for the purpose of this video, otherwise they have been kept shut. I don't leave them open when I'm not in here anymore, because we don't want any more burnt patterns. I was just so lucky that it didn't go any further. It could have ended badly, but we have had a lot of heat waves, so that's why. But that's okay, we've sorted. Okay. So the next one I worked on was my chatelaine. This is Fairy Garden. So I have done the middle part, all except for the beads. I've done all the specialty stitches as well, and I'm up to these pieces going around here. Now I've done all the outlines for them, so I'm really just filling them in. And then they've got back stitch on them, so I might even do the back stitch before I move forward onto any more. So on this one, this is done on 28 count, and I got 209 stitches. It's done on a 28 count rows, 2 over 2 full cross, and it's done with the colours. They're not all the colours that they say in the pattern. I have changed them to my own. Now I am using mainly Silks for You, so I'm just using the colours that I have in that I've accumulated over the few years, and just substituting the right colour for one that I choose, which is close to what it's supposed to be, if that made sense. So what I did was, I think I just finished off, yeah, I just finished off this one. Now I only got that one done. 209 stitches doesn't go very far, but I'm just going to keep working around. Then I'll make sure I've got everything filled in the way of specialty stitches, which I still have some to do in here. And then I can move on to the next bit and leave all the beading until I have finished right till the last bit. But as far as I know, I have done all the specialty stitches, back stitch in there, except for around the beads. This section along here is all done except for beads, so it's just these now. And I've really loved working on this one. It's a slow process, but it's one you've got to be careful, do it carefully. I mean, you do them all carefully, but chatelaines are a bit different, but I'm loving it. So when that spins up again, it'll be good. I'm hoping to touch everything at least once every month. Now that the Big Bash cricket games are all finished, because that took up beginning of January. So now that's finished, I should be able to touch every project or every whip in each month, hopefully. Okay, so the next one, I had to spin the wheel, so I'll put that here. So I had to spin the wheel to let me know what I was going to be working on next. So I spun it English today, and it came up with Rustic Cauldron by Lisa Parker, which you should be seeing on your screen. And then I spun to see how many stitches to do, and I got 100 stitches, so not many. Let's see if I've got the right bag. Yes, I did. Now, like I said, I've only done 100 stitches, so not many. Make sure I don't lose my needle. Now this one is done on a 20 count. 2 over 1 full cross. Oh, we got there. So this is where I've just worked it down the bottom here. Like I said, it was only Rustic 100 stitches, and I'm on 0.61%. So I just filled in a few here, not many. 100 stitches, you don't really notice the difference. So there we go with that one. That cat looks a bit weird, doesn't it? I think it's because of the shadow. Once we get more around it, that shadow, the dark shadow compared to his face, will look a lot better, I think. This was a restart because I didn't like the fabric I had done it on before. So there we are with that one. And then I spun the wheel again. So I'll put up a photo here of what I spun. And it was Twisted Rainbow Sampler. Okay, so this was another new start. This is Northern Expressions Needlework Twisted Rainbow Sampler. This is what it's going to look like when it's finished. Now I have got 2 of these going now, which I was hoping the first one would be finished, but it's not too far off. So this one I've started in the top corner and I'm just going to work my way down. I'm doing it on, I think it's a 28 count. I started on the 6th of February. Yep, it's done on a 28 count. And here we are with this one. So this red really pops on here. Now, I did have a darker fabric, and I think it was a 32 count, but I couldn't see the holes. Even with my magnifier, because it doesn't have the light on it, I still couldn't see them. So I swapped it out for a 28 count. And it's got a bit of modelling on it, but I like it. I think it'll be alright. So that's the start of a butterfly. So like I said, I got 198 stitches. I think I spun I would have spun 200. So instead of doing the extra 2 stitches on another colour, I finished it on 198. But I think it's going to look alright on this. I mean, it's got lovely colours. So it's going to be fine. There's a lot of specialty stitches. I think we have 1 normal, 1 specialty, which is going to be good. It's going to look good. So I love the new start. Then I spun the wheel again. This is what it spun. Okay, so the next one was Northern Expressions Needlework, Twisted Christmas Sampler. So what are the odds of it spinning after the other one? Now this one I was doing with Nessa. We were going to do one band a month, and we were going to have it finished in December. That didn't happen for either one of us. So I'm not that far behind though. I'm down here on the boots. So I got 374 stitches because I had other things I had to do at the time, but I finished this satin stitch all the way up, and then I started on the boots. So I got a boot and a bit done. A boot and a bit. So I think I've only got another satin stitch and then one more row, and it's finished for that part. And then I'll go back up to the acorns and I will check to see what specialty stitches I have to put in. I'll put all them in, and I might do the beads as I'm coming down, because that's all that's left after these 2 rows. So quite happy with the way this one's turned out. It's done on a 28 count. Loving it. So after that, I had to spin again. So this is what I spun for this time. Now, wouldn't you guess, another new start. Now, I have to put a photo of this one, as the printer's playing up a bit at the moment, so I haven't printed out a photo of this one. You've probably seen it being done by others. It's Dragon Race into the Night. Crafty Jamie is doing it, and Stitching Colours is doing it. And I think there's a couple of others that are doing. I know Nessa's going to start it, but I don't know if she's actually started it yet. But yeah, so another new start. This one I started on 7th of February. It's on 22 count. And I did 14. I did 400 stitches and I'm on 0.07%. This one is by, I think it's Pain Free Crafts. Now, the pages aren't as big as Heaven and Earth, so I think I'm going to go page by page for now. So I've started down in the bottom corner because I didn't want to start in the top corner. I like to work up. I think my stitches sit neater when I work up than what they do when I work down. So I'm starting at the bottom and working my way up. I've started on the first page. Pretty sure I've got a little bit more to go over and maybe a couple of stitches up. So that page is not very big. So that's the way I'm going to start for now. I'll just do page by page going along the bottom until I get sick of that and want to do it a different way. Who knows? But I've even got my little dragon needle minder. So another new start. Why not? Okay, so there was only 2 more that I worked on. So I spun for another one. This is what come up. Okay, so when I spun it was Heaven and Earth Design Hubble Bubble by Lisa Parker. Now I haven't worked on this one for ages. So what I've started to do was just fill up the side here. Now, because last year I was working on these bottles, so this year, well, now I want to just start going up the sides and see how far I can get to the top of the bottles. Then I'll just keep coming across. Now I have this cat done, this cat's got part done, and same with the cauldron. This one is done on an 18 count aider. Now I got 400 stitches done and I'm on 22.75%. Now it's hard to keep this side into the Q-snap, but this is where I've been working on this green bottle here. So I've just been filling in here, coming down, filling in bits here. So I want to bring it up so it's at least level with the blue, maybe a little bit higher, or just bring it up to the blue, come across here and finish so it's all across here. I've made sure I got the whole cat in, he looks cute. So I'll come across to the cauldron and head over to the other cat, which I haven't, you can't see much of the cat. I haven't got much of him done, but that's what I think I'll do. I'll head up to the green bottle, finish the green bottle, head up to the blue bottle, do across here, and then straight across the other side, and then just keep working up. But he's on 22.75%, so I want to get him moving. That was the first time I worked on him this year, so it was good to bring that one out again. So that's the last one I spun for. And the lucky last that I worked on, or have been working on most nights, except for a few that I missed, is Heaven and Earth Designs The Toy Shop. This one is by Aimee Stewart. Now this one, I work on this one every night when I'm waiting for hubby to call. So I get 200-300. I try and make sure I get over 250 every time, because if I can do over 250, then I know I can finish it by December 2027. So he's hoping that that works. And if I get in front, then when we go on holidays, because I don't take cross stitch with me, it won't fall behind. Or if it does, then I'll just have to stitch extra to catch up so that I'm still on my target. I did have 150 stitches, 150,000 stitches. Now I've got about 144, or maybe less than that now. Yeah, be less than that now. So I got 2,162 stitches in, and I'm on 59.53%. This is where we are now. So it's all joined up now. I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap, but that section, that side is all joined up from top to bottom. So that's good. So what I'm going to do now is finish from about here, finish all this off, and then I'll come back down the bottom and do a next row up, and that's got to go up a bit further, so that will bring in this section. Then I'll go down the bottom and then I'll bring it up and bring in this section. So that's the way I think I'm going to go, but I'm so happy with the progress on this one. I have, since I started Big Bash in November, I started on this blue elephant. So since then I've done the blue elephant and all this to catch up, all this here to catch up to the next row. So quite pleased with my progress on this one. So I'll work on this one again tonight, and hopefully I can fill in, next time you see this, next week, hopefully all this part here is all filled in. That's my aim. Let's see if I can get that bit done. But yeah, so happy with this one. I'll be glad when it is done, but I will be sad when it is done, because I like working on it every day. So it'll be a, oh, I just dropped my needle. It's in the bag. So it'll be a good day and a bad day on the same thing. So I'll leave that one out so I can find that needle before I go upstairs. Okay, so what we might do now is I'm going to spin for 7 whips. Now the first whip I will put on there is Toy Shop. I don't spin for Toy Shop. It just automatically goes on. And then we will do stats. So I've got my wheel. There's not many left on there. Let's spin to see what we work on next. Okay, so it spins up dragon. Yes, it's another new start. And I honestly think that's the last one too. Let's change it to the number. Let's see how many stitches I'm going to put into dragon. 600, so that's good for a new start. So that's going to have 600 stitches. Okay, next one. Bruce. Haven't worked on him for this year either. So let's see how many stitches I can get put into his one. Let's see. 500. That's a good amount. Let's hide this tag so it doesn't keep getting in my way. Okay, so let's spin again. Animal Kingdom. Another one I haven't worked on this year yet. Well, actually, none of these I've worked on this year. Let's see how many stitches we're going to do for this one. 500 again. This week is going to be a busy one, which I'd rather it be big numbers like that than the 100, because otherwise you don't see much of a difference with 100. Let's spin again. Merry Mischief. That's the one with the cats. Let's see how many we're going to do. 600. It is going to be a busy week. I really need to pull my magic needle out for this week. Let's spin again. Oh, stamped princess. Okay, there was one more start. Now the stamped princess is another stamped one. Oh yeah, stamped princess. Let's see what we're going to spin up for this one. This one I'm 300. This one I'm doing for our granddaughter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 counting toy shop. So I've got another 2 to do. Let's see how many we've got left on the wheel. Let's spin again. Reindeer Girl. This is one that nobody has seen yet, but I have already worked on. This one was one that was put into the Christmas Advent for last year. How many stitches will I do? Oh, 100. That's okay. It is already started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. Sewing cats. Let's see how much we have to do on sewing cats. 400. Alright, now let's just have a look. 100, 200, 1,000. I was going to say I will spin for the last 2. What have we got left? Let's just spin for the last 2. Let's see how many we can get done. Might as well just keep going. Okay, so that's Christmas shop. I might be able to get 2 of them done in the one day, like I sometimes do. Let's see what we spin up. 300. We'll see how we go. If I don't get them all done, they will continue on to next week. And the last one should be Lynn Foxtrot. And it is, yes. We'll see how many we can get done. And what's the number for that one? See, 300. So I might be able to get Lynn Fox is 300, Christmas shop is 300, Reindeer Girls 100. So there's 3 I could get done in one day. And toy shop at the night. So I think that's a good choice. So we'll see how we go. If I don't get them all done, I don't get them all done. Now, give me a minute. I have them all here. It's just a matter of getting all the papers out. So let's show you. Well, first one was Toy Shop. So I'm not going to, excuse me, I'm not going to get that one out again because you've seen it. And I don't want to spill this needle somewhere till I find it. So that's Toy Shop. The next one we spun was Dragon. So this is Evolution Dragon. It's a Pain-Free Crafts. Yep, Pain-Free Crafts one. And I'm going to be doing this one on 20 count Aida. So I haven't started it yet, so there's nothing to show you. And I'll probably start in the middle and get him done. And then work my way down to the corners and then up to the top. I think that's the way I might go on that one. So that's a new start. The next one I spun was Hubby. So this is Hubby Bruce. This was taken on our wedding day, just before we got married. You've got a gorgeous smile. Just feel like he's watching me when I do this one. So I do need to get a lot more in. Well, I'm going to get 500 stitches in, so that will be good because I'm not very far. This one's on a 25 count. Pretty sure I'm doing it 1/1. Yes. And I don't want to start it again on a 28 or anything. So this is where we're starting. This is the jacket. This part is going up to his arm where he's resting on the veranda. So that's the starting point on this one. So I might even just keep filling in this jacket part. We'll see how we go. This is the edge of the pattern. Yeah, so this is where his arm is. That's the crease under his arm. So I might just keep filling in that part and see how far we can get. See if I can get the 500 into it. Okay, so the next one we spun was Heaven and Earth Design, The Amazing Animal Kingdom by Aimee Stewart. Now I've started on this second shelf up, and I think I'm around the book. I think that's where it's situated. Now for this one it'll be another 500. So providing I get all this done, it'll be good, but we'll see. If I don't, then I just don't. Okay, so we're missing a Q-snap part. This one I haven't cut out for a little while. So this is where we'll start. I might get the rest of this book in and then move it over a bit so I can fill in here. That's the top of the shelf, that's the bottom. And I'm pretty sure behind here, besides these pieces just here, is completely filled in. So I might get this book done and then keep bringing it over and get this whole shelf done eventually. So that's the starting point on that one. Okay, the next one was Merry Mischief by, oh, the name's got out of my head at the moment. I'll have to look it up again because it doesn't say on here. I think it was Xana Cross Stitch. And now it's Xana Cornwell, that's it. It come back, see? So this one I am doing the red ribbon. I'll be buggered if I change these bags, then I wouldn't know which one was which. At the moment I still remember all the ones. Okay, so this is what this one's looking like. So I will get more of this ribbon done. It's done on a pink fleck. So that's what we're starting point on that one. And that one's got 600. So that should do, finish off that bow and start a new bow. Or petal of the bow. Okay, so the next one is Stamped Princess. Give me 1 minute. I know it's over here. Right at the top. And I'll have whips everywhere. So this is my Stamped Princess. I haven't even sorted out the cottons yet because I didn't think it was going to spin up so soon. So this is Stamped Princess. Now I won't take it out of the bag because it's so crinkly. It's on an 18 count. So normally on 18 count I do 2/1, but being a printed one I might do 1/1. I'm going to do a test. I was talking to Nessa about it. She said down the bottom do a test of 1/1 and then do a test of 2/1 and do, I don't know, a block of 9 maybe, and see which one is better because I don't want it to be overcrowded. And it's so small. But I'm not going to take this one out because it's so wrinkly. No, I will put that in another bag so that when you do see it, it'll come out of a proper bag and not the crinkly bag. Okay, so the next one was Reindeer Girl. Now this one you haven't seen. This is what she's going to look like. Now this was exclusive to the advent bag for last year. This was the Christmas prize, and you also got the needle minder to go with it. So I had already started it, but I couldn't show anybody until all the advents had been received, and one took a while to get to Canada. Hopefully this is it. Oh, it is. Look at that. So I'm doing this on an orange, looks like a 14 count, and it looks a bit weird at the moment, but I've got her eyes in. As you can see, I'm using that needle minder, but I've got her eyes in at the moment. So when I pick this one up, I might try and get a face done so it doesn't look so creepy. But I'm only getting 100 in, so it's not going to do much. But that's what she's going to look like. And I thought orange would be something different. With the reds and the greens, I'm hoping that it will pop on that. Like I said, I've been itching to show you guys that one. I started it last year but couldn't show anyone. Not until the other ones had arrived for the Advent boxes for everyone to open and see what they got. The next one is A Year Old Christmas shop by Ciro Marchetti. Heaven and Earth Designs. I know I butchered his name. I will write it down. Someone did send it to me with pronunciation of how to say his name properly. And I meant to write it down and I forgot. So I will do that for the next one. With this one, last time I worked on it, I was working on the bunny. So it might still be in the Q snap with the bunny. This one is done on, I think it's a 16 count. Does it say on the back here? It says 18 count, but I counted it, I did it wrong, so I think it's a 16 count. But like I said, it's at the bunny. What I might do is fill in, this one gets 300, so I might fill in all these blocks in between here and then eventually come over here and get it to the side, get it to the edge. But he's got lights around his neck, Christmas lights, so it should be good. So the bunny can talk to the dog now. But yeah, so I'll fill in these gaps here, I think, while it's still positioned in the Q snap. Now some of them aren't in Q snaps because I haven't got enough Q snaps to go around. But that's okay, because I try and leave the ones that have got a lot of fabric in the Q snap because it's harder to put them on and off all the time. Sewing Cats, which is this one by Soda Stitch. I started in the middle, done this shelf, I've done that kitty cat. Pretty sure I've done all the back stitch, so I'm up to the last one. Yes, it's still off the Q snap, but I still have the Q snap in this bag. Now let's hope. Nope, there's a needle. That's okay. I didn't want to lose this needle like I've lost Toy Shop's one. This still has black cotton on it, so maybe I haven't finished all the back stitch. Now, this is where this one's starting. Now it is done on a 25 count, 2 over 2. So there's the first 3 shelves. They are all done. Yes, all back stitched. So they're all finished. So now all I've got to do is just work to the bottom and do the bottom one. So I'll probably work from here. I think that's the top of the machine. No, that's from his foot is the top of the machine. So I might start there, work down, do the cat over here, and then just continue on. But that's where I'm starting with that one. So it's going to be a busy week because that one has 400 stitches. Now depending on what sort of a day I have, if I start stitching early, I might do all the less amount stitches like Reindeer Girl, do the 100, do the 300 for Christmas Shop, 300 for Lynn Fox, and then work my way up to the bigger ones. Because the lucky last to show you is hubby's Lynn Fox truck. And I was working on the dirt. It's still in the Q snap, I think. Feels like it, unless I've taken it out. But what I'm going to do for a little bit is work on the truck and then come back to the dirt. I worked on the dirt for a long time. Yes, it's still in the Q-snap, but that's okay. So this one's getting 300. So I got a lot of this dirt done. I haven't got that cute side of the Q-snap on. So there's a fair bit of dirt done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the Q-snap and do this other part of the truck and get some more of the truck done. And then I'll do some more dirt, and then I'll come and do some truck, do some dirt, do bit by bit. When I spin it up, like this week I'll work on truck, the next time it spins up I'll work on dirt. And I might do it that way so that it's not dirt all the time, because there's a lot of dirt left to do. Okay, well, this is a long video, I hope you don't mind. Because it's been 2 weeks, I've had a lot to say. Hope I haven't rushed through too much. But that's all the whips. Now I have the stats, and I just have some bags to show you. Okay, for these, let's use the rustle for a second. Okay, for these bags, what I have made is another little pouch. So I'm going to be making more of these ones. I have a lot of fabric come through. There's another little one. So I am going to be making a lot of these pouches. They're good to put in your pens, your pencils, your scissors even, some cottons, depending on what you want to put with your project. Now, I did make a vinyl one. Now, I'm not happy with it. I've got to make this smaller, I think, and I know I've got to do the binding a bit better, but I got a heap of vinyl, so I need to use it up. So I thought I'm going to do some bigger bags and some smaller bags. So that's one of the small ones I worked on this morning. Not happy with it yet, so it's not ready for sale. Definitely not. But this is one that I made, so I'm happy with these ones. These ones turned out quite well. So I've just got to modify this part here to this part here instead of doing it so big. Other than that, it was okay. But that's this one. This one I'm doing the dragon. So that's the dragon one that's going to be going in here. So this one's got little sewing machines and iron and sewing tools. And it's got this thing on the back. So I will be making some of these ones to be sold like I do with my other bags. Oops. This is another one that I've made. It's still got the sewing machine, and I've done yellow behind. I don't quilt them, but yep, so they were the two that I made. I'm happy with them. These ones are my ones. There's a couple of little things that aren't right with them. Like this one's a little puckered up in the corner. Other than that, they're okay. Oh, there's a bit of cotton hanging. But yeah, I like them. So these ones are mine, but I will be I've got 20 sheets of the vinyl, so I will be making some and putting up for sale when I do my other bags as well. So I do have a lot coming. I do have this one turned up as well. It's like paw prints. So that one I will be making into the bigger bags. If anyone wants a bigger bag and a smaller bag, once I get this one perfect, that's the size it'll be. Just, you know, that'll be half that size. So it'll be like that. That's the way it should be, like that. Yes, I'm going to do some small ones to match the big ones. So that one will be alright. That'll do probably 2 big ones, maybe 3 and 3 smalls. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, quite happy with that. Now let's do these boards. I know I've kept you for a while, but why not a little bit longer? Okay, so I had to fill out 2 boards because there's too much for one board, and I can't write any smaller. Okay, so I'm doing 6,000 stitches for each project, except for Toy Shop, that gets as many as it gets. Now, I was counting down on all of them, but Toy Shop reached the 6,000, so now I'm counting up. So Toy Shop, I got 2,162 stitches, and now I'm on 9,062 stitches for the year for Toy Shop. So I'm quite happy with that result for that one. The Disney, the new start that I had, I did 966 stitches. Now I'm on 5,034. So I'm going to bring these all down from 6,000, and then when I reach the 6,000, I'll start counting 6,000 and up. Does that make sense? Because it does in my head, just like I did with Toy Shop. So Signs of Christmas, I got 180 in, so I'm down to 5,820. London, I got 200 in, so I'm up to 5,800. White Tiger, I got 133 stitches in. I'm down to 5,867 stitches. Breaking Free got 305 stitches. I'm down to 4,490 stitches. Fairy Garden, which is my chatelaine, got 209 stitches. I'm down to 5,791. So only a couple of them have made it down to the 4,000s. Tiger, I got 600 stitches on, and I'm down to 5,400 stitches. The Rustic Cauldron, I only got 100 on, and I'm down to 5,900 stitches. Twisted Rainbow Sampler, which was the new start, 198 stitches, which I'm down to 5,802. Now there's a couple more on the other board. I just couldn't fit them all on the one board, and if I get the bigger, I could get the bigger board, but I still don't think they'll all fit, and I don't want to be cramming them in. So Christmas Sampler, 374 stitches. That's another one that's gone around to the 4,211. So besides Toy Shop, that one's winning at the moment. It's a race to see which one can get to 6,000 first besides Toy Shop. Dragon Race Into the Night, 400 stitches, so that's down to 5,600. And Hubble Bubble, I got 400, which is down to 5,600 as well. So that's a lot of stitches. Like I said, 13 whips for last fortnight. So even though I missed 4 days, I think it was, I don't think that's too bad. Some days I do 2 projects, or I might even do 3 projects. Just depends on the time and how many stitches I get in. I always work on Toy Shop when I take it upstairs of a night. So that one tonight again will get about at least 300 stitches, depending on how tired I am, because we did get up at 3:30 this morning to take hubby to work, so it's been a long day. So I think that is it. I think I've talked your ear off for long enough. I hope you enjoyed what I brought to you today. If you like the bags, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you think they're okay. But I will be making, like I said, I'll be making more with the vinyl and also more of these ones. I have 2 cupboards full of fabric that I need to start getting into, as well as my stitching. So of a morning when I first come down, I start cutting some fabric, making some bags, doing it in a process. Like one time I'll cut them all, have it all cut out. Then I'll come through and put all the batting or interfacing in, whichever one I'm using for whichever project it is. Come back through, put all the zippers in, come back through, sew them all together. So it's a process depending on how many I have. Like this morning, yesterday morning I did this one, and I also did the 2 vinyl bags. These 2 at the same time. This one I was so happy with. It just turned out so right for the first one I'd done, and I was just so happy with it. I really like the colours. It's just, it just turned out right. I don't know, it just turned out right. So that one is staying with me for Dragon. And then I thought, oh well, I'll do some little ones because the ice creams are up the right way. And like I said, all I need to do, I think, is cut that in half next time, and that would be the right size. But it's not too bad. I still like it. It still works. It's still doable. You can still put your scissors and whatever else you want to put in them. So I'm still happy with it. Just want it a bit smaller for the sale ones. So I think that's it for me. like I said, I think I've talked your ear off enough. I might go and start editing this and see how it goes about getting uploaded overnight. And go and make myself a cup of tea, I think, because I have a sore throat now because I've been talking for an hour, just over an hour. Wow. Have you put up with me for that long? I hope you have stuck around until the last minute. And congratulations to all the winners for the last video too. Really good to give out some free patterns. Okay, until next Wednesday, I will let you go and watch someone else, and I will see you then. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye for now.